Something extraordinary is unfolding behind the scenes at Koenigsegg's headquarters in 2025. Not just another evolution, but a revolution in the making. There are no teaser campaigns, no dramatic unveilings, just a quiet confidence that feels more dangerous than 1,000 press releases. Christian von Koenigsegg recently made a cryptic remark: "If that's what you want, you won't find it anywhere else." It wasn't marketing, it was a warning. Since whispers of something beyond electric began circling, the entire industry has been on edge. While legacy automakers fight over battery chemistry and software updates, Koenigsegg is engineering something so radical, so out of step with convention, it threatens to redefine what performance even means. And while everyone is watching Tesla, Rimac, or Lucid, Koenigsegg is preparing to drop a bomb that no one saw coming. This isn't new territory for them. From day one, Koenigsegg has been a rebellion disguised as a car company. While giants with unlimited resources chased marginal gains, Christian von Koenigsegg took a different path, building machines that didn't just compete but dominated, born not from mass production but from obsession. The CC8S was a bold introduction. The CCR briefly held the crown of the world's fastest car, but it was the Gemera RS that sent shockwaves through the industry. A car that shattered records without breaking a sweat. For Koenigsegg, performance has never been about brute force alone. Every detail, from the featherlight carbon monocoque to the revolutionary triplex suspension, was engineered with ruthless intent. Nothing exists for show. If it doesn't elevate the driving experience, it's gone. That's not just a design philosophy, it's a mindset. And now, with the world blindly racing toward electrification, Koenigsegg isn't just following. They're about to redefine what comes after electric. What they're building isn't just a car, it's a statement. And when it arrives, the entire automotive landscape may never look the same again. The Regera didn't just mark a new era, it shattered everything we thought we knew about performance. Gone was the traditional gearbox, replaced by Koenigsegg's revolutionary direct drive system. A flawless fusion of 3 electric motors and a twin-turbo V8 that delivered an uninterrupted surge of acceleration. Driving it felt less like operating a machine and more like commanding a force of nature, refined, powerful, and utterly relentless. It was as if someone strapped rocket boosters to a grand piano and let it sing. Christian von Koenigsegg is no ordinary CEO. He's part visionary, part engineer, and part artist of speed. He once famously said, "Why do we build fast cars? Because we can." But beneath that playful confidence is a deep obsession with efficiency, balance, and absolute mechanical harmony. Christian isn't just a leader, he's a creator. He can sketch a radical engine concept on a napkin and bring it to life in half a year. That's how Koenigsegg operates, through fearless experimentation, relentless reinvention, and a refusal to settle. They don't buy parts off the shelf. They craft their own carbon fiber, build their own 3D printers, and hand-engineer titanium exhausts just to squeeze out one more edge, one more moment of magic. This relentless drive to innovate is what turned Koenigsegg into the brand that makes giants like Ferrari and Bugatti lose sleep. As the world races headfirst into full electrification, Koenigsegg takes a different route, not because they're slow to adapt, but because they're thinking deeper. Christian knows that specs alone don't win the future. Bold ideas do. Real change doesn't always look like a 300 miles per hour sprint. Sometimes it begins with a single question: what if we did everything differently? Koenigsegg has been asking that question for years, and in 2025 they may finally have their answer. One that doesn't just move the needle, but breaks the entire gauge. That answer is called the JRA, a car no one expected. When rumors surfaced that Koenigsegg was building a 4-seat Grand Tourer, most dismissed it as a joke. This was the brand known for crafting hypercars that defied logic, not family cruisers. But the JRA proved everyone wrong, because this wasn't just a luxury car, it was a bold new category. The JRA could comfortably carry 4 adults and their luggage while leaving a Bugatti Chiron in the dust. It wasn't a compromise, it was a statement that practicality and pure performance don't have to live in separate worlds. Koenigsegg brought them together with elegance, power, and absolute confidence. The JRA didn't follow trends, it created its own. And in doing so, it reminded the world why Koenigsegg is always several steps ahead of the curve. At the center of the JRA is something truly special, a little engine with a big attitude. Koenigsegg calls it the tiny friendly giant, and despite being a small 2.0-liter three-cylinder, it packs a serious punch. Thanks to twin turbos and Koenigsegg's clever free-valve system, it produces 600 horsepower. And here's the wild part. It doesn't even use camshafts or belts. Each valve is controlled by software, which means the engine can think for itself. It can shut off cylinders, adjust airflow, or completely change its behavior depending on what the car needs. It's not just powerful. It's intelligent, efficient, and seriously impressive. But Christian von Koenigsegg knew that wasn't enough, so he added 3 electric motors, one on the crankshaft and one on each rear wheel. Combined with the engine, the JRA puts out up to 1,700 horsepower. It can run on fuel, electricity, or both, whichever suits the moment. With over 600 kilometers of range, it's not just fast. It's built for the long haul, capable of cruising from Stockholm to Paris in one go. Design-wise, it's classic Koenigsegg, sleek, low-slung, and futuristic. But the features go way beyond looks. Full-length clamshell doors open without a center pillar, giving the car a sci-fi-style entrance. Inside, it's not a bare-bones supercar cabin. It feels like a modern Scandinavian lounge. 4 separate seats, crystal-clear displays, ambient lighting, and yes, even cup holders. It's practical, comfortable, and still totally wild. And even with all that tech and luxury, the JRA handles like a much smaller car. Rear-wheel steering, torque vectoring, and a stiff carbon fiber chassis keep it agile and responsive. While most electric SUVs try to feel sporty, Koenigsegg actually built a true 4-seater that can drift around corners and still carry your whole family in comfort. But the original JRA was just the beginning. In 2023, Koenigsegg revealed an upgraded version, one that could be equipped with the Jesko's legendary hot V8 engine, pushing the power all the way to 2,300 horsepower. In a 4-seat car. This wasn't about copying Tesla or chasing trends. It was about showing the world what's possible when you stop playing by the usual rules. And then came dark matter, Koenigsegg's all-new electric motor. Unlike traditional motors, this one uses a unique 6-phase mixed-flux design that combines 2 motor styles into one. It's compact, about the size of a backpack, but it delivers 800 horsepower and 1,250 nanometers of torque all by itself. No need for multiple motors, no unnecessary complexity, just pure, efficient performance. With the JRA and the dark matter motor, Koenigsegg didn't just build a better motor, they lit a match and burned the rulebook. What emerged from the flames is dark matter, not a name but a warning. A motor so compact it fits in a backpack, yet so powerful it can rearrange your organs. This isn't some over-engineered bundle of wires and magnets, it's a declaration. A message carved in electricity. Less is brutal, no gears grinding, no hesitation. Just pure, controlled violence the moment you twitch your foot. Every move feels psychic. Every curve becomes a target. Dark matter doesn't ask, it commands, delivering power so precise, so immediate, it makes the rest of the EV world feel like it's stuck in buffering mode. And it replaces 3 motors with one. Just one. Lighter, stronger, smarter. It's not evolution, it's a clean kill. But numbers don't tell the whole story. Not even 800 horsepower and 1,250 nanometers of torque do justice to what this thing actually feels like. It's silent. It's violent. It's like being launched from a slingshot designed by an alien civilization. You don't drive it, you survive it. This is Koenigsegg's language, not one of compromise, but of conquest. While others stack on more parts, more weight, more tech, Koenigsegg strips it all away. They don't build engines. They sculpt answers to questions no one else dares ask. That's why you can't copy them. That's why everyone else is always 2 years behind. But dark matter isn't the final form. It's just the spark. Behind factory walls, something even wilder is brewing. Rumors echo through the corridors of designs that don't make sense on paper, of powertrains that rewrite what we think electricity can do. Christian Koenigsegg simply grins and says, "We've barely started." And then they throw a curveball. At a time when the entire world is silencing engines and burying combustion, Koenigsegg revives the monster. The hot V8. Not just any V8, but the fire-breathing, God-slaying heart of the Jesko, now tuned to live alongside dark matter. Imagine 2,300 horsepower in a car with air conditioning and cup holders. It's absurd. It's genius. It's Koenigsegg. This isn't about nostalgia for gasoline. It's about domination. While everyone else is choosing sides, electric or combustion, Koenigsegg chooses both. And they don't just make them work together, they make them dance. This is not the end of the road. This is the part where the road bends into something we've never seen before. The original JRA was already a masterpiece, a defiant whisper in a world of screaming spec sheets. But for a rare breed of Koenigsegg customers, that whisper wasn't enough. They didn't just want innovation, they wanted madness. So Koenigsegg obliged, in the most outrageous way possible. They ripped out the trunk, not trimmed, not repurposed, gone. Then they bolted a 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 directly to the chassis, the same engine that powered the Jesko into legend. No barriers, no dampers, just steel, carbon, and fury. It wasn't evolution, it was provocation. 1,500 horsepower, just from combustion. No filters, no fake sounds, no eco badges. This was mechanical opera, a shrieking, fire-breathing dragon in a 4-seat Swedish tuxedo. But Koenigsegg wasn't done, because insanity deserves a partner. They added the dark matter electric motor, an alien technology barely larger than a backpack, but capable of devastating acceleration. Together, they unleashed 2,300 horsepower and 2,750 nanometers of torque. Numbers so violent they sound like a misprint. But they're real, and they're road legal. The result? A grand tourer that hits harder than most race cars, yet still cradles 4 passengers in Scandinavian luxury. It's not just fast, it's absurdly, unapologetically over-engineered, and it's handcrafted, not for efficiency, but for emotional combustion. But here's the twist. Every inch of this car, from the turbo blades to the titanium exhaust vanes, was redesigned, reborn, engineered in-house with surgical intent. Koenigsegg didn't grab an old V8 and tweak it. They tore it apart and rebuilt it as if the laws of physics were negotiable. And somehow, they made it work in harmony with one of the most advanced electric motors ever created. And then, there's the roar. This isn't just sound, it's sonic violence. A guttural, thunderous howl that rattles your spine and sends goosebumps through concrete. Koenigsegg didn't mute it, they amplified it. Because silence might be the future. But this engine is a glorious rebellion against that. In a world where most automakers are chasing sterile perfection, Koenigsegg chased emotion. While others are building fast appliances, they're crafting wild, living machines that make your pulse race before you even touch the throttle. This isn't nostalgia, it's revolution. And if this is the future Koenigsegg's offering, one where electric precision and combustion chaos live side by side, maybe silence was never the answer. While the world rushes to silence the roar of machines, Koenigsegg turns up the volume. In an age where most automakers are chasing silence, sameness, and software updates, Koenigsegg is chasing something more primal: emotion. The hot V8 doesn't just power a car, it awakens it. It's not a compromise between combustion and electric. It's a war cry, echoing through carbon tunnels, bouncing off every preconceived notion of what a hybrid is supposed to be. And what's more shocking, it works. Flawlessly, brutally, brilliantly. This isn't your average plug-in hybrid stitched together in a rush to meet emission deadlines. The JRA wasn't built to follow trends. It was engineered to obliterate them. Every bolt, every wire, every algorithm is part of one cohesive, fire-breathing organism. And yet, it feels deliberate, almost temporary. Like Koenigsegg is saying, this isn't our final form, just our opening act. Christian von Koenigsegg doesn't boast. He doesn't need to. He lets his machines whisper revolutions while the rest of the industry shouts in circles. He's never been interested in what's expected. His obsession lies in what's possible. And the hot V8 is proof that hybrid technology isn't a detour from performance, but a secret weapon. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. The EV revolution is happening so fast it's forgetting its purpose. Yes, electric cars are efficient, fast, quiet, but most of them feel like appliances on wheels. Fast fades when it feels empty. Koenigsegg is the antidote. He builds machines that breathe, snarl, and lunge, machines that shake your ribcage and raise the hair on your arms. In a world obsessed with digitizing the driving experience, he's one of the last architects of mechanical soul. And the JRA is the manifesto. While the world rushed toward electric everything, Koenigsegg took a sharp turn down a road only they could see. They didn't just question the trend, they redefined the rules. Instead of going fully electric, they engineered something smarter, ultra-lightweight hybrids that feel alive. Take the Gemera, for example. It ditched the traditional gearbox entirely, pairing a twin-turbo V8 with 3 electric motors for buttery-smooth, uninterrupted acceleration. It was like driving a lightning bolt wrapped in carbon fiber. But the JRA? That's where things got truly unhinged, in the best way possible. It offered a choice between a revolutionary camless 3-cylinder hybrid and an outrageous V8 fused with an 800-horsepower electric motor. No one else was building hybrids like this because no one else dared to. Koenigsegg never tried to be the next Tesla or Rimac. They weren't interested in drag strip flexes or press release promises. They built a performance philosophy around soul, substance, and sustainability. Their machines aren't just quick, they're enduring. They run cooler, they weigh less, they hold power longer, and they don't suffer from the cold, clinical silence that haunts so many EVs. But Christian von Koenigsegg isn't just thinking about horsepower. He's thinking about what comes next for the planet. While others double down on lithium and cobalt, he's openly questioning the environmental cost of battery dependence. So Koenigsegg is investing in synthetic fuels, biofuels, and energy systems that don't chew up the Earth's limited resources. For them, a clean future needs to be more than green. It needs to be intelligent. They know where the industry is heading. They see the mandates, the timelines, the EV-only headlines, and they aren't ignoring them. They're meeting them head-on, but on their own terms. While the rest of the world plays catch-up, Koenigsegg is designing an entirely new playbook. Just look at the dark matter motor, compact, devastatingly powerful, and engineered to replace bulky, multi-motor setups with one ultra-efficient beast. It's not just electric done better, it's a blueprint for the next chapter in performance. And while everyone else chases the same targets, Christian is busy building new ones. But lately, something unusual has been stirring in the Koenigsegg workshop. There's talk of classified testing, mysterious hires from industries far beyond automotive, untraceable patents and closed-door experiments. No flashy teasers, no leaks, just silence. The kind that usually signals a seismic shift is coming. Then, in 2025, after months of total quiet, Christian re-emerged, not with fanfare but with focus. He sat with his team, leaned in, and said just one thing. "I've made a decision. It's time." What followed wasn't a flashy concept car or a polished marketing video. It was something raw, something real, a brand new internal combustion engine, built entirely from scratch. Not an upgrade, not a placeholder. A bold answer to a question almost no one has the courage to ask anymore. Does combustion still have a future? This engine isn't nostalgic, it's revolutionary. Running on synthetic e-fuel, it's clean, efficient, and terrifyingly powerful. The lightest engine Koenigsegg has ever built. Short stroke, high revving, 4 turbos, camless tech. Every detail is engineered to do one thing: bring fire back to the driving experience without burning the future. Forget the spec sheet. The true power of Koenigsegg's creation isn't just in what it does, it's in what it feels like. When it launches, it doesn't just move, it ignites. It pins you to the seat with a force so balanced, so visceral, it feels like the car is reading your thoughts. This isn't a machine trying to imitate the future. It is the future, rewritten on Koenigsegg's terms. They didn't build this to compete with EVs. They built it to expose their limits. Christian von Koenigsegg didn't stand on a stage and make wild promises. He didn't need to. With a quiet confidence and a smirk that said everything, he dropped a bombshell into the performance world. This engine will erase everything you think you know about electric dominance. This wasn't a throwback or a rebellion. It was a redefinition. While the rest of the world keeps adding weight, complexity, and digital tricks to make cars feel exciting, Koenigsegg returned to the core. They rebuilt the engine, not as a relic, but as a weapon. A masterpiece that blends combustion with electric precision in a way no one else dared attempt. And make no mistake, this isn't the end of hybrid technology for Koenigsegg. It's the ignition point, the place where everything changes. An engine that doesn't just survive in the EV age, it dares to challenge it head-on. And if Christian is right, and history suggests he always is, then the automotive future the world was racing towards may have just been outclassed before it even arrived. So now we're left with one thrilling, terrifying question. What if Koenigsegg didn't just disrupt the electric revolution? What if they just ended it before it peaked?